morning, everyone, and welcome back to a nice quiet evening of Timberborn. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful morning. We have so much done. I am so happy and excited. This is almost fully filled up. We're gonna see how this goes with this being set to 0.95, and if it overflows. It would never overflow too much, but it would just make some buildings inoperable. It would make this inoperable, and it would make that inoperable, so kind of hoping to avoid that. Everything else, though, everything's running smoothly. Everything's running great. So it really just is, where do we go from here? What do we do from here? You're starving and dehydrated. Why don't you get something to eat and drink? You are. You're just going super far out to do that. Got yourself some sunflower seeds. Okay, so what I think I need to do is I need to start working with these I need to start working with the warehouses to set them up to supply goods to warehouses so that they don't come all the way out here to eat. They should have food close to them. I also want to set this up still and turn this into the city center, but I really like the idea of filling this in. So what I want to do is I want to demolish this right here. I think that is no longer needed. And what I'm thinking is we just bring stuff across here. It means we're gonna have to get rid of some trees. That's fine, probably. But we could, let's see, the water pump, mechanical fluid pump, if we set that up here, we're gonna have to elevate it some so that it can dump. So what I'm going to need to do, let's figure this out. Let's plan this out and let's see what we've got here. Alright, let's see. Can we fit? No, it needs to be too wide. I don't think it would be worth it. This needs power, I believe. Yes. 700 horsepower of power. To do that, the best way... the best way would be maybe to connect it this way. So what I would want to do... Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out real quick. Alright, that should work. That should work. So we'll blast out this path right here, and then connect the power shafts over and up right there, and that'll be fine. And that will get us the ability to start filling out this, and then maybe we can dam this up. Well, actually, that would be a nice idea. So it's always holding water for us, even during a drought. and then it'll get some water flowing down here. Again, we don't really need that much water flowing down here because we do have some, but the more water we've got going around, the better. But I like this idea of having this aqueduct run water, filling this up down here. We've got plenty of water down here. I was actually looking into it. I could break this down. If we zoom all the way down, if we scroll all the way down, this is near the bottom. So this is 3, 2, 1. So we could blast it one more time. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm not gonna worry about that. So let's watch our little beavers be hard at work getting all this done. I think it might be time to start looking into doing robots. But if we do robots, I'm gonna want to set up an actual mine. Like, we are starting to clear out on our ruins. So this is almost done. And then we have a set of ruins over here that we're working, and a set of ruins over here that we're working. So we've got plenty of ruins. We got plenty of metal in general that we don't really need to worry about it too much. I mean, we could work on doing similar to what we're doing over here, and fill this up with water just to have it going. But also, I guess we should probably start planning this. Which this isn't going to be too terribly hard to set up, I don't think. It's just going to be getting across here. And I think I'm going to do elevated power. So what I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. Let's just work on it. Let's brainstorm this. And then we'll get the elevated power shafts. So now it's getting them over, which shouldn't be too hard. It really shouldn't. It's unfortunate that you can't build a path over these. That's weird to me that you can't build a path over them. And you know what? Getting a path over. You know what? We'll just bridge it. We'll just bridge it. Now that we can do that. Now that we have an easier way of bridging. Let's just bridge it from up here. Like that. I thought this was going to be a lot harder to figure out, but it's, you know what? It's gonna work. It's gonna work. I like this. This is a nice little setup we're gonna have going over here as well. That we can turn this into. This should be getting us enough water to get some water wheels going to then generate more power. I like it. Let's see how this is going. They not jot down those yet? I guess they're just focusing on this. So yeah, this is gonna take a bit. Let's just sit here and watch. Actually, while they're working on that, let's start doing what I was talking about with these over here. Specifically, it's the sunflower seeds and the carrots. Let's turn them into supply warehouses. And then let's turn the carrots, I'm sure we've got carrots over here somewhere, carrots into obtain. And then same with sunflower seeds. Do we not have a storage of sunflower seeds? Oh no, it does not look like we have a storage of sunflower seeds. Then once we actually start setting this up, we can move all this and turn these also to supply and set up small warehouses all over the place for food for them to grab near their houses, near their work spaces, stuff like that. But for now, we got them working on this. Oh, look, they've got... Oh, because they were able to build off here, I guess? See, I don't understand. Like, you're thirsty right here. You drop something off, and then you run away to that water instead of this water. This water is right here next to you. You could just use that water instead of this big one. It just does... I mean, look, it's not that big of a deal, but it's still... It's silly to me. Very silly. Part of me thinks we should have more builders. How many builders huts do we have? Well, I mean, we can't get more builders unless we get more beavers. Because we're constantly lowering... We're constantly having an issue with our beaver workforce and having vacant jobs. So we may need to build more housing for sweet beavers. We also want to start working on our well-being. The next thing I would want to work on is the Agora, which is pretty big. And I feel like having that somewhere over here. Having it right here where it used to be where they live. But also I like the idea, I know I said I want to turn this into city center, but having the Agora somewhere like up high. A large gathering of viewers can discuss timber-related topics. Like, have it up here. I think that would be pretty cool to just, like, this is the main town. This looks over the whole town. Or, ooh, we can have it up here. This is probably more center than the actual town center. I like that idea, actually. If we just set this up. Right up here. But it requires something? Social life must be. Is that... I don't know what that requires. Or is it... It uses, yeah. Then we'll have the carousel, the detailer, the dance hall, and the mud pit. And we're going to set up a couple of things around here. This, what's this saying? Building needs power to operate. Yes, we know. I understand that. Let's look into automation. Weather stations. Send signals based on weather. Lever. Relay. Perform simple logical operations as inputs, on its input signals. Flow sensor. Measures water flow below its arm. Measures water depth below its arm. Emanation sensor measures water emanation below its arm. So let's see. If we do weather station. Now, these don't necessarily need to be anywhere specific. Let's set that up there. If during bad tide, activate early. 1 hour early. And then set up, I guess we gotta set up a lever. And from what I believe I've heard, it doesn't need to be near or connected to the thing. It just needs to be somewhere on the map. And so, sends a manually controlled signal, a great first step towards automating a settlement. No, I don't think I want that. So we'll see how that works. Because then if I can automate this to weather station 1, off height 0, on height 1. Yes. And have this set to activate early during a bad tide. Then I never have to worry about raising this again. It'll raise on its own. And if I still had all those all those water collectors, I would use that. I would be able to set them up on whenever a drought comes to turn them off. Our planks are low because everything we're building requires planks. Did they start building over here as well? No. Good. They're doing that first, which is what I want. Does not look like we have enough beds. So let's do that as well. Well-being, medical bed. This just requires lots of planks because we seem to tend to have a lot of injured beavers throughout the days. So let's get them. Let's get these built so that we're getting a lot of hurt beavers, a lot of sick and injured beavers. So we got to react to that. And also, you know what? I want to prioritize this and these as well. We can blast that, and then we can blast those. Now that they're done. Run power shift. You should be able to build all the way up. If not, we'll figure it out. Drought's approaching. Extract is running low, so we should unpause to get some extract, right? This is extract, yeah. And so we need people working at our bad water plant. We don't have any beavers to work at the bad water plant. But I don't think we're going to be doing much more blasting, not until we get to over here, which they're not going to be getting over here. It started building this for some reason. Set up. I know I don't tend to use these, but because of this little space, I'm gonna put like one here, put it right there, put one here, right there. This way it's just like filling in those spaces, but we could also fill in those spaces with other things like decorations. Right there, that'll go with those. But everyone's coming in this way or this way, so they're passing through the beaver statues zone of influence. We need more planks. What is our plank production? We should be making 4 planks an hour, basically. I mean, we're turning a lot of them into gears, but we should be getting more plank production. Yeah, it's looking like it's about to be time to worry about robots, because we're just not getting the production we need on some of the big things like planks that we might need robots working around the clock for. They may finish this before they finish these. Planks. Yeah. It's just planks. They're just waiting on planks. And so I can set up another one of these weather ones. So bed tide is what I'll call it. Okay. And then we can set up automation for another one of those weathers. And we'll call this one drought. Drought, activate early. And then this I can set to automate drought. pause during a drought. That's what it should do. We gotta wait for that to be built. We just gotta build this now. And this. And we're almost done. And they're working on over here now. Not much. I like our little town center that we will eventually beautify into a better town center. We're actually storing maple pastries. Not a lot, but we're storing some. Might need another grist mill to make more flour, but I feel like we have a ton of wheat flour. Wheat flour 215. It's just, it takes a while for the maple pastries to be made, it seems. When it comes to science, what else do we have on science? Refinery, bot parts, and bot assembly. So it's just robots. When it comes to metal, it's just the mine. When it comes to well-being, it is all of this stuff. Decorations we can start working on, and then monuments. So we're going to want to start. I want to set up some monuments, and I feel like setting up monuments. As much as I want to set them up, like the farmer monument near the farmers, it gives a level of influence if it's passing along. So I want to set these monuments closer to everything. Jesus, that thing, the range on this thing. So this is probably going to be another one that's going to end up being placed up here, or up high. If I place it here, it should hit everyone. Fountain of Joy. And then Brazier of Bonding. We'll have to figure out where to... Maybe the four corners of down here, we'll set them up. Will this fit right here? I could make it fit right there. So I want this to be... Okay. So then this is paused during a drought by being it set to normal weather. Alright, so the problem is, it looks like our power is going to be, with this and how this 700, I believe is what it does. We might need more power. Especially during the start. And I just don't really know where we can start getting more power from. Unless I were to start building some windmills and random locations, which might be a good idea. Just throughout the map, start building some windmills, some high-powered windmills. Maybe place one or two up here. Honestly, that would be smart to get a windmill going, like right here. Can I get it to connect? No. And we can't get it on that side unless I get rid of... Can I build it right on... Ooh. I can build it right on top here. Just a couple of random windmills throughout the map. On top of anywhere that has a vertical shaft. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. So like right here. And then when it comes to over here, we're going to be doing some vertical shaft stuff right here, so we can build that there. I forgot that you could build on top of the vertical shafts. Just randomly throughout the map, just on top of any... that's smart. So cool, that's set up. And that's built, and that's connected. So once we get regular weather, that'll start pumping water out from here into here. It'll fill that up, and it'll go there. And this will always be filled up, and we can turn this into something. What? I don't know. Something. I don't really have much of a plan for the future. Just kind of doing what I want to do. Now that that's done, they're going to start making their way over here. And then eventually they're going to start building the windmills that I placed. Now some of them may be a little too hard, a little too far to get to. For instance, that one may be a bit of a pain to get them to go to. So I'm not going to deal with that one. This one, I believe I have one set up somewhere nearby here. That may just be hard to get to. No, I think all the rest of them are not too terrible to reach. Being able to build on top of those actually is a game changer for setting up where to place those if you're not having anything there. Like, I wonder, will this work? It's too far from a district. That's just because of how tall it is. It can still put it up there. And we can find a way to get up there. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we did the automation right. That activates, which turns that on, which gets the water flowing down into here. Sweet! I did it right. I did a thing right. And then this should be running. All of this should be going. Our supply is 1,200. Our demand is 4,900. But it should pick up very quickly because we've got the batteries and everything flowing. So it should all work pretty well. This should fill up soon. Let's see how low these batteries go before it becomes an issue. This is starting to flow. These batteries are going low. Oh no, they're stopped. Oh, let's see. Supply and demand. It's going up. There we go. We got this going. Awesome. I love it. I love it. And that's just gonna fill up, and that's gonna stay full. I wonder if this is going to pump water out too fast, or this won't be flowing over, but I don't think so. I think it should be good. We could actually start placing some water wheels along here as well if we needed more power, which we are going to need more power. So our supply is, oh man, it's almost 7,000. Our demand is almost 5,000. So, like, it fluctuates with the wind and with what's going on and working. So, we should be good. We should be good. Oh, the drought happened, and I wasn't even paying attention to our water. Our water is perfectly fine over here. It's beautiful. We don't even need to worry about water during a drought anymore. I love it. If I could, but no, I can't place that there. I already tried, right? Yeah. That's fine. So the next big project is getting over here, which they're working on already. Did I rotate the... No, I just built it that way so that they could reach, which I don't mind doing that. Having an access path over here and a way down. And then, yeah, it's figuring out what to do with this area once this is all done and built up. Building dams here would be nice. However, it's going to... I don't think I mean, I guess we could cap this so that we don't have to worry about the bad tide anymore. And then we can always have this be green and another area that we could turn into either a forest or... Which we don't need more forestry. We don't need more farming. Our food is fantastic. Unless we start building out more beavers. Like I said, I do kind of want to dam up here so that this fills up a bit. But I guess the next course of action would be getting over here. That would be the next big thing, the next big project. This whole side of the map is not green. This whole side of the map is green. I could try to find a way, like with what I just did here to fill this up, get a water pump to get water over here to just have it flowing this way to turn some of this green, but it's not really gonna, it won't make a difference, to be honest. There's not gonna be much of a change if I were to do that. So I don't see a point in doing it. But I do want to do this while we're here, while we're on this side. So that we can get that science. Ooh, we got bombs ready. So let's set up the power shafts. Then they're just gonna need to get a way down to here so I can just set up that. They'll be able to go and build the rest of that. Get that running. Oh, with this, actually, that lets me build right here, and then I can get this over here, pathing this way. Alright, so our supply chains are good. The only issue with our supply chain are planks, and now it seems paper. What is required for paper is just logs. It just seems, I guess, for logs at least, they're just going slow. I should deal with this. I don't like that they have to go up and down. I do want to reorganize all of this. But if I destroy and demolish any of this, it's going to lose connection. I would like to make it more of a square and less of a rectangle. I would like to make it easily accessible. I would maybe like to push things against the wall so that it's more open out here. So that may be something we do. And once we get this big project done, maybe next episode I'll work on changing this up, but we're gonna need to stockpile some logs, or more planks than anything else. We're gonna need to stockpile planks if we're gonna move stuff around over here, because we're gonna need to blow down the power shafts and then figure out a way to better connect everything without, I don't know, without having to run lines above ground. Which shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be too hard. And just reorganize all of this stuff and start working and figuring out and plotting out the robots. But this area back here, like, it is, you can circle it, but it takes so long. Like, to get to here, you have to circle from back here and around, or from there to around. And that just, like, some of these zip lines at this point, unfortunately, like this zip line gets you around here, and there's stuff that, like, you can gather the water and things like that, gather the metal. That's about it. We could start maybe making smaller, like, little town centers, like start setting up some housing out here with some food to have beavers live pretty far away, have beavers live in this corner. Whatever I've set up out here. I thought about setting up some housing out here near the farms, which I still might do, so that the beavers, the idea would be, obviously the game wouldn't have it set up that way, the idea would be that the beavers who work out here would live out here, instead of just having all of the homes in one central area. But we do need to grow. We're consistently having beavers without jobs. This guy no longer has a job because he did all of his ruins here, which is nice. That's all clear. We don't have to worry about this anymore. We could even start setting up, I mean, I set these up here. I could have set them up in the middle. We could set up some more of these batteries just in case, but I think we'll be fine with that. Everything is working slowly but surely. Everything's working, and I love it. They're making their way across here, and then they're gonna have to plank down and get that going. I can't wait to have that going. And then planning this. Again, I said this last episode. This right here is going to be the hardest to figure out how to connect power directly to. Everything else has been relatively easy because I've gotten power out and around there in some way, shape, or form. But all of my power is on this side of the map. Nothing connects over that way. The closest we've got is like this stuff over here, which I could do, but it would be a lot of bridging. It would be. Let's see. So I could set this up. All right, let's start working. Let's start figuring this out. Let's get a geothermal plant right here. Yeah, you see the frames dropping as I am adding and moving around the paths. It's starting to reach its limits. So that gets us there. That'll work for there. And then what I can do is you can set up a zip line. Just because. Or actually, well, when it's built, I'll connect this one to there and then this one from here to there. That'll work. That's another just big project they're gonna do. But yeah, as you can see, whenever I'm adding more pathing, the game has to figure out the pathing. So as I'm adding stuff, it is starting to run slower. My ultimate goal would be to get all this done in one district, but maybe we have to add a second district. Oh, this is all filled up. Oh, something we haven't been paying attention to. This is draining off the edge of the map right there. This is draining just enough with just the one that we don't have to worry about it, I believe. How are they doing over here? This is actually almost done. Building the last of the planks, and then, yeah, this can. What is it waiting for? Planks, of course. Get that done, and then that done, and then all this is connected. No. We needed to connect here. But they don't have the planks to be able to do all this. Let's just get this at a high priority. Let's just make sure they finish these off before they do the rest of it. But they can reach here, which is nice. Get this done and connected. But with this going... Oh, there's a drought approaching. So that's still going, and then once the drought starts, that'll stop. And then the water will stop flowing this way. But with this going, now we have figured out, started working a way to connect the... everything over to here. And then it's figuring out a way to connect it to there, which, again, it's then going to be more power shifts. And I'm going to send them back. Connect them. So then it's just trying to find a way to get the beavers over here. And that's just going to be a project that just gets worked on as things come. Did we do it? Did we do it? Is this connected? It's connected. Oh, why is this not done? Can I not reach that? Oh, they're working on that. Just need a builder to build it. Just need a builder to build it. There we go. Just before the drought started. Just as the drought started. We got a builder to build it. Now, what we could do is turn this into another big lake. Another just big water source. Which I would not hate that idea. Just build this into another big water source so that this way we just always have like some big lakes in case we get a really long drought. But again, we're playing normal mode, so there's not going to be long droughts in this mode. Like, the longest we've had so far is like 7 or 8 days, like what we have now. So I'm not too worried about it. Part of me wants to kick up the difficulty. But I'm liking what I've got going on here. Again, a part of it is now, since we've gotten over here, we could dam up this so that it holds water during the tides. Just dam up any exit, water exit. So right there, and right here. We would need to get out to here. We're basically out here already. This could connect to a zip line here, which could also connect to a zip line out here to make it just faster to get to stuff. Well, look at how green our map is. Well, it's during a drought, so our map isn't all that green right now. Yeah, we haven't done much in the line of beaver wellness and well-being. But we are working on getting everything that we need done on this map to start just, you know, worrying about civilization. As soon as all the water is done and up, like, we're gonna need to cap that. I guess we'll cap all of the pipes we have. So there's, where is it at? There's this one over here that we have to cap up, which is not going to be hard. I believe I built this bridge very close, but we can still get it to work. So we can start working on that now, or setting that up at least. And we might have to build... Well, no, they can build down from here. I just need to get them a path over there. And honestly, we could just do this as well. And they can build all this. That'll cap that right there. But I'm happy with what we have. Guys, we built our first aqueduct to get water here to start another little water source. We were able to bridge out over here and get this one filled in. We are going to cap this real quick. Let me just deal with that right now. So we'll work on that next. We got to get over there. Which we could... Yeah, let's just build over. So that'll be capped off. And then, like I said, we can get a zip line station going out to here. From there. And we can connect there to there. And then we can build out this way, connect the zipline station out to here, so that we can, I don't know, figure out what we're gonna do down here. I don't know what I want to do over here yet. It's all just a work in progress. But I think next time, once these projects are done, I might just drop all of this to lowest priority. I think that's what I'm going to do for now, is just set it all to low priority. And have them do it as time goes. And start working on other projects, and if they have nothing better to do or nothing else to do, they can come work over here. Not saying that they never have stuff to do, but they usually... I have other things I want to get them to do right now. I also haven't pathed over here, so that's just going to be... I got to figure out pathing and everything else. But yeah, that's all lowest priority. Work on it as they can. Get to here when they can. Finish off this first and some of this. But I think next time we're going to work on maybe expanding our beaver colony and getting more beavers while waiting for planks, which maybe I'll build more another plank production, as that seems to be the thing we are having the most issue with. Our planks. So let's do that right now real quick. Have that set up, and we can actually high prioritize that really fast, so that we can get more planks, because we're using so many of them. We're using a ton. And guys, you know, leave a comment down below. Let me know if I'm doing things either the most or least efficient way. You know, I may not be doing things the most efficient way, but I'm doing things the way I want to do them. If there's a better way for me to do them, please let me know. But I think next time we're going to work on the city center and setting some of these monuments up. At least the these three. How much? We have 62,000. We can learn everything. I'm going to keep the observatory up just because I like it. But we don't need any more science. I'm going to get rid of the inventors because I don't think we need them. I haven't been using them for a while. But with everything we've got going on, we've just got a lot of work going that I feel like we need more beavers so that we can get more haulers, so that we can get some of these projects done even faster. And once we get those projects done even faster, and we've got water coming through here to like feed this area. There's a natural dam there. I don't know if there's a way to fill this area. Maybe we could fill this area and turn that into a big water collector, and then have water come in both directions, but the water's going to be coming off here. This is the only spot that's going to be brown. But I think we're going to have most of the map green by the time we're done, and it's going to start working on beautifying, which is something I said at the beginning of this series I wanted to do, but have not done except for like right here, really. And even here is just not really in good shape. We've got 2 injured beavers, but we've got a couple of good beds, so like, go to your beds. But that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button so the algorithm knows that people like YouTube. Subscribe to the channel so you get updates, notifications when I go live and post new videos. And leave comments down below. Hints, tips, tricks, or fun all comments back. Also, be sure to check me out live here on YouTube and Twitch Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And check out the other videos I make on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Thank you guys so much. Please be careful, be safe, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Always check your loved ones. And of course, I can always be sure to smash stops. See you all in the next one. Bye.